Hello guys, welcome to the section of this video and we'll be talking about fixed range volume profile for your support and resistance, right? So we all understand the concept of support and resistance, but today we'll be looking into fixed range volume profile using following the support and resistance strategy, right? Following the support and resistance strategy. Now, I know most of you understand what the concept of volume, using volume to trade, and trading with the market, big players in the market. So, and in this video, I'm showing you how to see the footprint when to take a valid support zone and a resistance zone, right? How to spot quality support and resistance zone. And before now, you will see how traders taking sniper entries like with little or no drawdowns. Now in this video I'll be exposing the secrets to get sniper and precise entry. Now whenever you get to your chart every day, it works on all time frame, whether you want to trade on the 1 hour, 30 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, whatever time frame that you want to trade, this strategy actually works. So first and first, not to take this video to make it too long, let's go straight into the video. Right, so in this today's video we'll be using Euro USD on 50-minute time frame. Right, you can use any currency, any asset, any time frame. So the first tool you'll be using is an indicator based in trading view, right? Right in your trading view, which is this, the anchored volume profile. Now we have the fixed range volume profile and we have the anchored range volume profile. What is the difference between the two? So now I'll be showing you the difference between the fixed range volume profile and the anchored volume profile. Now when you are using the fixed range volume profile, it helps to calculate the distance that you want to cover in your volume calculation. So you can specifically mark out your range. So let's say you want to start from this range to this range. Now how do you select your positions, right? How you want to start your marking out from a point of strong support, like a point where market got to before moving up to the upside and to the most recent price action. So that's how you mark your range. That's for fixed range. So you can extend this range to as far as you want, right? You can drag it all the way to the back and you still get your information that you want to get from the market, right? So if you are okay or you want to cover a whole long database or you want to sectionize it, let me give you an example like this. You want to take out this section first and you want to also do this section. So you just come all the way here, pick your fixed range from this section all the way to this section. So you get another fixed range volume profile. So with this you can have it in different sections and proceed. Another way you can trade this is when you combine them with your sessions indicator. So right, you can go to your trading view and search sessions from Lux Algo. You drop that to your chart, so you have something like this. So let's go further. Let's say you want to take this particular session for London session. Let's say you want to check out this, so you can use this fixed range volume profile to mark the start of London and to the end of London, right? You want to see the entire volume profile on during this session, right? Want to check out this volume profile during this session. Now another way to treat this is when you have your point of interest, like the highest volume being traded during this session. You can see it marks this way, right? And how will you utilize this in your next session, which is the New York session? This is a strategy on its own, so please pay attention. So you can use your rate to mark out the area where there is high volume during the London session and stretch it out. So when you do this, you expect in New York session or to come and take out liquidity, respect this area and then move to the downside. Let's take one more example. Here. You mark the beginning of London session as if you want to be trading on New York session. So this is what you mark out, right? This is how you go about it. Now I'm going to still explain because the highest trading volume during this session. So you see, if you can mark that out, you get other entries, right? So I'm going to show you another way to actually understand this volume indicator, right? How you can actually enjoy and take multiple trades using this volume indicator on its own. So let's take this out, or let's just stretch it out this way. So I think this range is too close. Let me expand the range so that we can understand what I'm trying to achieve here. So let's say we start we start from this to this edge. So right here, there are several ways you can take use of this indicator. You can trade at the highest tradable volume, which is this black line here, and you can also trade with these nodes. They call them nodes, right? These are volume nodes right here. Now, there's a specific strategy you can use looking at these nodes to make your entries, taking sniper entries. Now, when you have a node placement in this structure, let me draw it out so you guys can understand what I'm trying to portray here. So when you have a node, sorry, let's take this up. So when you have a node forming this way, a long node, and you have another bottom node forming this way, and you have another structure coming this way as well, right? As you can note, if you notice this, you have a small node right at the middle of it. You have a small node right at the middle. So this kind of structural node is the one at the middle, is a strong point of interest area where buyers will likely want to step in, and you get to see smaller nodes right at the edge of the node structure. You get smaller nodes like this. So smaller node area are areas where there's low volume, but at the same time it works as a very strong support and resistance area whenever you see low volumes like this. Now let's go right into the chart and see what I mean by that. So when you have low nodes like this, they are strong areas of support, right? Strong area of support. Can you see how price respects that area, right? Same thing to the upside. You guys see how price respect that area so strongly. You can see this area right here, the smallest node, serving as support and resistance area. So this is step one. So you can decide to take your trade at this highest volume area, or you take your trade at the strong support and resistance area. So this is the strong resistance area, and this is the strong support area. Now, if you want to take smaller trades, right? Want to scalp smaller trades, right? You have other opportunities like this, just like I've explained here. Just like I explained here, when you see this kind of formation of nodes in your volume profile, it's a strong area of interest, and which is this, for example. Then note this: the strongest area are the areas close to your support or your resistance. So when you see that node forming right at your support or resistance area, it's a very good point of interest. Let me repeat myself. When you see this formation right close to the lowest zone area, or to the upper zone area, or to the lower zone area, they are strong area of interest. So whenever price gets to that zone later on in future, we expect price to bounce off it, like we expect price to bounce off it. So right there, we would have gotten an opportunity to take our trade, or price then get all the way down here. We expect price to come here and fall to the downside. This is the normal direction, but you can see when price got close to that zone, with what it's rejected down to the downside, right? So that's what I mean by that. So this is one opportunity. Let's look out for another opportunity looking at that same formation. Okay, let's take this out. Let's check through the support area, looking out for that kind of zone. Yeah, we got this zone, just like I explained. This is a big node, a small node, another big node right here. So let's mark out this area to the future and see how price respect that zone. So this strategy plays out every single time. Let's check this out. We have a zone here. Perfect. Can you see how price respects that area? So this is the standard way of marking your support and resistance. So no more guessing. No more guessing the market. You trade exactly how you see the markets playing out, right? Trade exactly that way. Now, how do you take your trades and how do you add up risk management using this strategy? It's simple. Now, if you want to take a buy trade, as you can see, the price has given us an area of low volume, and you want to take your trade right here. This is how you take your trade. You want to go long, let's say at this point or at this point. Place your buy limit order. You can also wait for confirmation. If you are using SMC, you can wait for confirmation, right? You now target this as a TP1, or you target all the way to the upside, depending on your risk appetite, right? And your stop loss will be just below that zone, just below that zone, right? Because if you want to be wrong, you want to be wrong quickly, and if you want to make money, you want to make money quickly, right? As simple as that. So this is how you take your entries, and for the sell areas as well, you can target this place, right? You want to go short, place your sell limit order, or you use this zone anyone you're okay with. Set your limit order, or you take instant market execution. You make sure that your SL is very low, no more than 10 to 15 pips, right? And you target the next lower zone for your take profit. So if you are taking this trade, you would have gotten your full take profit hit. So this plays out every single time in the market. You can take partials right here. You can take your partials right here and target all the way to the downside. Now, another way you can take this kind of entries or this kind of strategy is when you have a breakout, right? Let's take all of this out. When you have a break below a point of interest, you expect a strong retest, right? Just like this, price broke through it massively, and you expect a retest. Look at this retest right here. Look at this retest. So let's scale down to 5 minute time frame, so you can see what I'm trying to achieve right here. So look at this. Look at this retest right here. Price broke through it massively and retest. So whenever I say that price breaks through, you always want to wait for a retest in that zone. Wait for a retest. So when you get a retest in that zone, right, you expect price to what, reject, and take your entry to the continuation side. But look at this example right here. Price broke through massively and goes back. Price retested, gave a reaction right here. Can you see that reaction? Pull back, but price continued to break through it, right, and give a retest. So that's why I said whenever you're taking this trade, always ensure that your risk management is in place. So let's say you wanted to take a sell in this position right here. You want to take a position when you said that price has retest, right? You want to manage your risk, put it at a very low point, targeting all the way here. But as you can see in this setup, trade failed, trade failed there, but you risked very little. Now what we're going to do is wait for price to break through it fully and retest that zone. So when price breaks through it fully and retest that zone, you'll get something like this. You'll get your range this way, and take target 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio, or 1 to 4 risk to reward ratio. But just make sure that you break even, and your SL will be right below that zone, right below that zone to minimize your risk. Can you see? Right below that zone, and you get your full entries. So this is how to trade this strategy. It's as basic and as simple as that. Don't overcomplicate your trading. You can target this point or this point, but make sure that you are following the trend, right? This is the using the fixed volume profile. You can see from 15-minute time frame, you can come down to your 5 minute time frame. It's still exactly the same. See, price respected this zone right here, and price came back to that same zone and rejected. So giving you sniper entries, right? This is sniper entry, guys. You want to go long right here. You can call your signals to your community. You can take your trade. This is a low risk strategy. You can see right here. So you have target this point as you take profit. So this is not a signal, but you can actually take this and see how price is moving directly in your position, right? Sorry about that. So you can see this is exactly how you execute this strategy right here. So ensure that before you take your trades, you want to see setups like this, and you want to see low notes at the top and at the bottom, and wait for setups like this. So whenever you see setups like this, you just stretch it out to the future and wait for price to do its thing. So as you can see, price broke through right here, break through the point of interest and give us a retest. Always wait for a retest before you take your trend continuation, right? When you see a clear retest having candlestick pattern, as you can see, we had a dodgy candlestick right here and bullish engulfing followed by. So you can take your trade immediately right here and target the next point of interest as your take profit area. So price respected that volume area and pushed to the upside, came all the way down, pushed to the upside, and finally broke through, and we got a continuation. So this is the fixed volume profile strategy, combining it with your support and resistance, right? You can as well plot this with your trend line if you are interested in doing that. So just see that you are trading alongside with the trend of the market, right? You want to trade alongside, you don't want to trade against the trend of the market, basically. So you can start from here, you can take it from here, whatever position you're okay with, highest. So you see, you must be trading alongside with the trend. So that's just an optional strategy. If you want to combine it with other conferences, you can combine it with other conferences. So this will be the end of the video. Okay, sorry about that. So you can take a screenshot of this so you can practicalize it on your live chat, right? So I'll see you guys in the next video. You can like, comment, and share this video. Let others get to learn. But before I round up this video, I promised that I was going to show you another strategy, right? That you can actually use to take your trade. So if you don't want to calculate your range from the start to the end, you can actually use your anchored volume profile. Right? All you just need to do is to select just one zone and to give it. Let me take that out. Let's go to a new chart. Right, let's select another pair. Let's take another pair. Let's move this to fx.com, so you can use the anchored volume profile as well. Let's move to the current price action. So you move this and select your anchored volume profile. It works the same way. Just select one zone and highlight all the volume areas. So what you should do is to follow the same step. Follow the same step. Pick out the lowest zone right here at the top and the bottom. Look out for that pattern that I explained to you earlier in the beginning of this video, which is somewhere like this. So you can select all of this as your node of your point of interest, but do not overemphasize it. Do not overstretch this. Right? Follow the direction of the trend. It is very, very important. Follow the direction of the trend. Let's pick this. We can sign to this pattern. So this is an area of low volume, right? And you can see this as well as an area of low volume, and see how price respects that area. Can you see how price respects that area? So this is how to trade it. So make sure you like, comment, and share this video. See you in the next video.